I had the chance to play Once Human in the last few days, and man, did this game get their hooks in. Now, if you're wondering what is this, let me explain. Once Human is an MMORPG mixed with survival, really. And I first thought, oh man, let's see how that goes, and it goes really well. So let me explain what you were doing here while you were seeing some gameplay in the background. This is from the second closed beta, by the way. If you want to join that second closed beta, you just have to go to oncehuman.game and you can download the game. It's a closed beta, but everyone can join, so it's not really a closed beta, it's a little bit weird. But the game itself is really fun. You are starting out with your typical MMORPG, right? You're creating your character, you have a little bit of story, and then you realize that when you're entering the big open world, that you are leveling up your characters, you have talent trees, you have different items with different rarity grades. You can upgrade those items. They are set items, which will then give you certain bonus attributes. You have like different areas with different levels to it, and you have world events you have to take care of, and so on and so forth. So everything you kind of expect. There are also dungeons in the game, right? You're going into a dungeon and you have to defeat a certain boss to unlock the next part of your talent tree. And yes, if that reminds you of V Rising, it's exactly that. So they also took some ideas from there. And the moment you're starting, though, you also realize this is not just an MMORPG, it is a survival game, right? You have to gather your resources, stone, wood, tin, bronze, and whatnot. And of course, you need food and you need water to survive, or you will have not so much fun in the game. And yes, you can also build your own base. You can also join a clan, which then can build a much bigger base together, which is pretty cool. So they have some pretty neat clan mechanics. But it is a survival game, right? It reminds me in a lot of ways at Fallout 76. And before you were panicking, I didn't mean that as something bad. I mean the core idea of a Fallout 76, right? Not what Bethesda did with it, but just the idea of, yeah, it is a survival game, but it is also an MMORPG with some pretty cool world events, story, dungeons, quests, and so on and so forth, but you still have to take care of your character, your base, and yes, you have to protect your base because your base can get attacked from monster hordes, a little bit like 7 Days to Die, and you have to build traps, turret, and other fortifications to actually prepare your base. Or, well, not necessarily monsters, but you can also be attacked by other players because there is PvP in the game. Now, before you panic, let me explain. PvP in this game is split up in PvE servers and PvP servers. So if you're on a PvE server, you don't have to be afraid that you are getting attacked. You have to flag yourself on the PvE server so that you can actually can get attacked. If you're on a PvP server, though, at level 10, good luck, right? That's how it goes. So I haven't really had the chance to play PvP because it wasn't available at the beginning of the beta, and I hope I will have the chance for it, but it sounds pretty cool. And yeah, as I said, if you just want to do PvE with your friends, you can do that easily, right? And it is actually a little bit recommended because some of the bosses need multiple people, and they become tough. Like, the first boss alone has some pretty cool mechanics and multiple phases you have to go through, and it's a tough boss, and I have to admit, I did the boss alone, under-leveled. That doesn't mean it was easy, it took a long time, and the reality is, I did a cheese tactic. There was thankfully like an area where you could just stand and kind of shoot at the boss without the boss damaging you, so it just was a matter of time. But the reality is, if that wouldn't have been there, I wouldn't be able to do that boss, or not at that level at least. But again, the game is really fun. I have been enjoying the farming. I'm a sucker for survival games, anyways. But I really loved the atmosphere. So it's a post-apocalyptic game, right, where humanity has fallen and you are meta-human, you are the next evolution, and you are trying to fix what's there to fix. But a lot of those monsters you are fighting have reminded me a little bit of The Secret World, if anybody still remembers that MMORPG. And like there is like a it's like a bus, like it's only coming out at night. It's a ghost bus, so to speak, where they have like the chassis of a school bus, of an American school bus, and but the eyes are glowing red, and it's walking on hands. It doesn't have any wheels or anything. It's just walking hands. It's spooky as hell, and it's like a world boss thingy. They also have like a lot of monster area appropriate things running around. So what that means is when you are in an industrial area, you will find like a monster which is like carrying like a drape from the industrial area, like with biohazard on it, or there's like another monster with a drill nose, and they always have like monsters which are appropriate to the area you're in, which really adds to the feeling of, man, the atmosphere is great, especially at night when there's also fog coming up. It's spooky as hell, and I love it. Now, a quick thing I have to mention here, and this game is made by NetEase. Okay, now everyone play your panic button for a second here. Yada yada, Chinese problem, yada yada. Okay, let's move on. So, but what we have to talk about is the free to play, right? The game is free to play, and they have promised that there will be nothing but skins in the game. And the item shop is live right now in the beta, and they're right. So at least at this point, there's not a single item in this game which is not a skin. And the skin doesn't have any stats, doesn't do any special. It's like a costume you're putting over your available equipment. And then you are getting like some shoes, some helmet. Like there's no like crazy stuff. Like here's the camouflage ghillie suit equipment or something like that as a skin. They are not doing that as well. And it's really just skins. And if they're keeping this up and they can really run with that, I'm definitely looking forward to this game. Like the beta was fun. They need to improve the performance a little bit. There are a few balance issues here and there is a slowdown in between. But so far, it feels really good. It feels really good. And no, there are no limitations as we see them sometimes in other free-to-play, especially Asia-based games, where they have some artificial slowdowns in there, where you can only do 2 dungeons per day, or you can only do this raid boss 3 times a week, or something like that, right? Like they have no slowdowns, which makes the whole thing even better. You can just put as much time into it as you desire. And yeah, I highly recommend it. Check out the beta. The beta is going for like 2 months, so you still have till like the end of January. And I really recommend it. It's a lot of fun, and it's probably a lot more fun with friends. So if you know some people on the internet, you should definitely check it out as well. But I'm looking forward to when this game is coming out. Definitely. With that said, that was already it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to leave a like. And also, if you're new to the channel, you want to see more RP games in general, and also survivor games to a certain degree if they are fitting into the RPG genre, I would definitely appreciate if you might consider if you subscribe to the channel. And I see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.